beating Josh McDaniels wasn't just a win. It was a reset, a statement, a reminder that when you out-execute the guy who used to run your building, you don't just take the scoreboard, you take the narrative. You own the moment. And for the Raiders, this moment feels like more than a fleeting September headline. It feels like the start of something real. All offseason, the noise circled around the trendy playoff sleepers. Double the win total. Second-year leap. All the buzzwords. The same analysts who crowned New England's rebuild as a success story were quick to pivot the second the Raiders silenced them. Suddenly, it wasn't about the Patriots stumbling. It was about whether the Raiders might be onto something far more substantial. That's how quickly perception flips in this league. And that's exactly why national predictions always miss this team. They skim the roster, shrug at names they don't recognize, and move on. What they don't see is how much better this coaching staff is. What they don't see is how the depth, the rookies, and the adjustments are quietly building a new foundation. Jacoby Myers looked like a true WR1. Brock Bowers, even after taking a shot to the knee, came back strong with 5 grabs for over 100 yards, showing why the Raiders bet big on him. And when he needed a breather, Michael Myers stepped in seamlessly, giving the offense another dimension. That's roster construction. That's depth. Most teams would panic losing their top weapon in a tight game. The Raiders didn't blink. They've built options into their system, and those options matter when the margins are razor thin. The defense, long criticized for being inconsistent, finally flew around with purpose. Devin White looked reborn, flashing the kind of speed and toughness the unit has lacked. Tyree Wilson and Kuntz both showed signs of breaking through, creating exactly the kind of chaos this scheme demands. And with Max Crosby still commanding double teams, the pressure was relentless. If Wilson, Kuntz, and Butler can collectively provide even 70% of Crosby's impact, snap to snap, this defense doesn't just survive, it thrives in high-leverage moments. And then there's Geno Smith. The trade that raised eyebrows all offseason now looks like the kind of bold gamble that changes franchises. 9 completions of 20-plus yards tied, for the most by a Raiders quarterback. In a single game since 1991, he kept putting the ball where it needed to be. Even in hostile conditions, even against a defensive-minded head coach on the road in the rain. The arm talent traveled. The poise never wavered. For the cost of a third-round pick, the Raiders may have landed the most talented quarterback they've had since Derek Carr's peak years. What stood out wasn't just the numbers. It was the sequencing. Chip Kelly's fingerprints were all over the play design layered motions, play action at the right times, chips and leaks that froze the rush just long enough to create openings. But schemes only work if the quarterback can pull the trigger. Geno did, again and again, turning what could have been a grinded-out battle into a masterclass in offensive execution. That doesn't mean everything is perfect. The line still needs to protect better. Coverage depth still needs to tighten. There are gaps to patch and vulnerabilities to address. But for once, it doesn't feel like the Raiders are guessing. It feels like they're building. The quarterback is right. The staff is aligned. The roster has answers behind answers. And when you combine that with a defense designed to force just enough chaos to swing close games, you have the blueprint for a team that can punch above its weight. This isn't about declaring the Raiders contenders after one win. It's about recognizing the shift. The bones of this team are right. The coaching is sharper. The depth is real. And the quarterback plan no longer feels like a gamble, it feels like a strategy. In an AFC West as wide open and competitive as it's been in years, that matters. So here's where it lands. This wasn't some cute September upset. It was a window into who the Raiders can be when the staff plays chess and the roster delivers behind it. Week 1 always lies, but this time, the truth feels clearer. For the first time in a long time, the Raiders aren't chasing. They're building. Do you think this Raiders win was the start of a genuine turnaround? Or just another early season high that will fade as the grind wears on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. The season's just getting started, and this story is only beginning to unfold.